Hello everybody and welcome back to Ohhhh Not Included. What? Take the lime, I think. Anyway, welcome back. We are feeling pretty good. Our petroleum generator, our whatever this is called that turns our crude oil into petroleum is working flawlessly after some tweaks and some resets and some things like that, but we got there working amazingly. There's some small to large problems occurring across the base that need to be handled a little bit. Number one is they're not building this because it's unreachable. The heavy watt wire here is unreachable, so I'm going to force them to build that. Hold on. Is it? No, it's tab. It's tab to speed up. I'm gonna have them do that. Apparently, I've had no power in my Phlox ranch for a while. These insulated tiles are unreachable. Apparently. I'm unsure as to... Oh, I'm perfectly sure as to why. Idiot. Because you haven't let them get up there. Anyway. Some water? Sure. It's always something. Anyway, they'll handle that. That'll probably... Perfect. Look at that. Everything's working again. Maybe the plants will grow if they can ever get their body temperature down. I have two. These ones, pike apple bush. It's -15 to -14. Okay. And we're at... Well, the oxygen is -13. So we might get down there just by the nature of having two of them in there. A couple of the seeds will mutate there, but that is what it is. This is why you always read your comments, and it's so useful. The small petroleum engine has its own fuel tank. You don't need a fuel tank. I had no idea, but that makes sense because it has an input pipe. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. We can get rid of the large fuel tank and then we can maybe make a more useful setup to the rocket. So it has its own fuel tank. You just need the small deodorizer. Deodorizer? Oxidizer? You can see where I got the words wrong there. Good to know. My transit tubes use a ludicrous amount of power every time they launch someone, which is what's draining or had drained all of my ethanol. Now, that can be fixed by turning off my transit tubes. However, I will never turn off my transit tubes. Not to spite you, I just love them so much. And I intend to overcome the problems as they are happening. Wow, it's hot down here. Because I'm stubborn like that. Okay, we're going to be hooking them in. Can I... Hold on. I need to make a priority request that you do these really quickly, please. Yep. Yep. Okay, good stuff. Then I can... And you're plugged into those two, and then you're plugged specifically into that one. Good stuff. Well, we'll deconstruct this battery. What do you mean you're... Oh, you aren't... Yeah, that's true. You aren't hooked in. So you're running on the ethanol, and then these two are going to be running on petroleum once the petroleum actually starts to make its way up there. It's going to take a short while. We need this bad boy to be above 500, but we're getting there because we're at these bottom tiles are at like 500 or over 500 now, so it's slow, but it's progress, and that is the important part. Slow, it's progress, and it's working. We are in the process of redesigning basically all of this, which is fine. So that's it. So this is going to be the... Yeah. Let's get more of these. By the way, I opened a ton of these like pack things. I got so many, like after a video, I got so many more drywall tile styles and like all sorts of stuff. What was it? I can't remember what it is now. But like I got styles of things, which is crazy. Anyway. So we're going to bring you over here. That door's annoying. Yeah, that door's very annoying. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Going to do that. Well, and we'll sort this out. There's a billion overlapping what? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Cancel all of that. Research. Ribbon wires. Research ribbon wires so that we can run a single ribbon and have it functionally stack into a bunch of things. I was curious if Stinky was ever going to leave. Wow, it's hot in here. It's real hot in here. It is fair. I guess make those a priority 9 as well. Because you're not right now. Okay. I'm going to deconstruct these wires. And I'm going to deconstruct this battery. Okay, so these hydrogen generators are just going to fire constantly for now, right? There's a plan to it. There's a method here. Damaged overloading. Really? Like you actually... Did you actually draw? No, you're drawing more than enough power. Why? Oh, because that's way more than 2... Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's disable that. I'll be honest. I didn't realise that 2 of them would do that. Yeah. Okay. How far can you reach? Check this out. I've got a plan here, okay? Let's disable both of these, and actually you're just going to get deconstructed. Perfect. And then you're going to get deconstructed. Okay, so I'd forgotten that oxalite needs to be sitting in liquid. Because that is where it doesn't off-gas. So I'm going to build a copy of this. I'm going to put it right here. Perfect. Copy your settings, paste them to here, deconstruct you, right? bunch of liquids dripping down, but that's fine because that's what we have all of this for. What are you doing? Okay, you're way higher than you were. That's good. That's very good. We're actually going to start getting petroleum pumped through eventually. Now, we have no power at the moment. Why is that? It's because you are... You don't have any wood. Okay, and these aren't running because they haven't been... Oh, because why is this door locked? I mean, I must have done that, but I don't know why the door's locked. Wasn't someone just in there? How did that door get locked? There we go. So we can bump a little bit of hydrogen. Hopefully make a few things work, which means you can then deliver wood, hopefully, to these. Perfect. You're going to repair that. Now remember, it's got to get very uncomfortably hot. You need minus 60 to minus 95 degrees in order to live. So I can't just put Weezewarts in here to cool this down, which is fine. Now we still got the ethanol going. Alright, it's gonna take some time, but we are gonna get there, and then life is gonna be so good you wouldn't believe it. Look at that, we're over 100 from where we last were. Love that. This runs constantly. I want to get this crude oil into here, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. But I'll figure it out. If I get these ribbon wires working, oh baby, then we're going to have such a refactored room. It's going to be amazing. Okay, a little bit of woods. Still working on that, which is fine. I think that's for the sand is why we're over here. We're harvesting sand. Okay, the research is taking its time, obviously, because we are low on power. Take a booster. I don't really need anybody else. Did they deconstruct? They did. Okay, so you put oxalite in there. You know what? I hadn't even thought about this. Why would I build this oxalite refinery over here? That's stupid. It actually needs to be way closer, I would imagine, to the rocket launch site, because the oxalite degrades as it travels. So the smart thing to do would actually be to have it like somewhere up here. Scalding in there. Yep, that'll do it. Could move this pipe and then I could put some oxygen pipes in here. Yeah. Like that. Like that. But, stations? Yes. Atmosuit checkpoint. I'll put one there for whatever reason. Automation ports cannot overlap. Okay, well that can always change when we get the better automation, but We'll build a bit of that. We'll do that. We'll do that. And then we'll figure it all out. Perfect. Okay. Deliver suit. Deliver suit. I assume I have enough suits. Having said that, I actually don't know. Okay, and what I'm probably going to do is in the redesign here, I'm going to put my petroleum generators on a flat surface rather than mesh tiles, and I'm going to let the runoff water cool them, and then I'm going to have it drop down and cool the generators underneath, and then drop down and then cool the generator underneath, and then drop down into this water puddle. I think is how I'm going to do it. You're almost there. Have you pumped? You have pumped a little bit. Oh my. Oh my. So it's going to make its way... Oh, there's a little... So that's the first batch. So it's going to go up to here. It's going to go this way. It's going to go up. It's going to go over. It's going to go down. And it's going to feed these two generators. Perfect. Automation. Deconstruct. Actually, cancel that for now. I want to see how it goes when we actually get a bit of petroleum. I mean, it's not going to run... It's not going to be perfect. But it's hopefully going to supplement a bit of what we're doing. You know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, these things have been destroyed already. Okay. You know what? Deconstruct all of that. Can't be made out of lead. Good to know. Okay, that is a real problem. We'll figure it out though. Okay, so we can snip that. That. Deconstruct that. Perfect. So we got these small batches of petroleum making their way up. I'm a big fan of it. Getting a bit of energy from this, which is good. Ribbon wires are done. Perfect. So, how do I do this again? Right, so green or red signal, do the bit of automation ribbon. And then there's automation ribbon. Okay. So it's here. So we'll do that. And then we'll ribbon... Oh, hold on. Probably going to have to deconstruct these. Unfortunate, but that's okay. Then ribbon bridge, ribbon bridge. Actually, let's cancel that for now. Okay. I think this will be good. I think this will be good. We're gonna have some like actually working ribbon bridge tech. I used the ribbon bridges before. I think I was pretty good with them. So I think what we want to do is we actually want to deconstruct all of this. Like so. And then all of this. And, you know, frankly, all of this. We'll have to deal with the power issues for now. But hear me out, okay? Let's... Hear me up with this. Alright. So. Ribbon writer. So you're going to write... Oh, how does this work? Let me do it like this. And we automation wire in like that. And then you write to 4. You write to 3. Yeah. We do that. You write to 2 and you write to 1. Okay. And then we can have it read from 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. So it'd be like that. So the first one is the petroleum generator, right? So run it like this. So you read from 1. We'll connect them like that, and you'll read from 2. And then we'll run it down like this, and then these will read from 3, and these will read from 4. Yes. Yes, perfect. You see how fast the power turned off? Are these connected, by the way? These batteries aren't even connected. Oh. That could be a small problem. Let's do that for now. Scalding in here, probably. Yep. Okay, so you read from 4 and you read from 4. Okay, and this smart battery has the like a threshold of 20. So the petroleum generators run, and then if we hit 15, the ethanol generators run, and then if we hit 10, the hydrogen generators run, and then if we hit 5, the wood burning generators run. And that we might change that. We might actually want the hydrogen to always go first. Well, to be honest, the petroleum ones are probably the ones that are going to be running. Yeah, probably. Anyway, like I said, we'll figure it all out. It's all going well, I think. And we are getting these little splashes of petroleum. We might need to up the amount, though I'm always concerned that we'll up the amount and then it will go badly. You know what I mean? From 1,000 grams. I think that's where we like kind of sat last time. So we'll see. We will see. Let's make sure this is all working. Okay. Wow. Okay. They might have actually just started to work for a second there. So now this bit, I need to redesign this bit. I need to get rid of all of these. And then I'll wait for that battery to run out of power. So we have power again, by the way. Look at that. Which means we can briefly stack up some ethanol. It's not perfect, but it was working. Alrighty, so get rid of them. And then we hit the threshold of 20, 15, 10. Oh, but you're just running all the time. Yeah, whatever happens to her, happens to her. The hydrogen generators are just running all the time, but that's okay. So we need... I kind of want to rebuild them out of a different material. Can I build them out of steel? I can. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's just deconstruct these for now. And then these wood burning I assume you're just producing a crazy amount of heat by nature of what you're doing. Okay. They're running constantly. Honestly, deconstruct these as well. There's a significant enough refactor happening here that I think this is necessary. We deconstruct this. Okay. It's a lot of work, but it's easily worth it. And then, do me a favor. Turn some iron to iron, and you turn some more steel to steel. That'll make a bit more heat, which will generate a bit more power, which will be very nice. Okay. We're going to run along here. I'm going to get another ribbon bridge. And then hydrogen generator. It's going to start here. And then we're going to put one here. And then we're going to put one here. We're going to have 3 of them. Heavy watt wire them in. We probably don't need 3 of them, but we will have them. And then ribbon reader. Like so. Connector. These will read off of 3, I think. Oh, the you wouldn't believe that my favorite thing that we've recently researched would be the ribbon wires, but I love them. Being able to stack 4 commands or 4 automation signals into a single tile, it's so good. Okay. Then what we're probably going to do is we're going to turn these mesh tiles. Actually, I can't make you out of steel, but I will make you out of steel eventually. You know what? If we're making them out of steel, I don't need the mesh tile water thing. I was thinking about it, where I'd have the water flow like this way and this way to cool these off, but hopefully the temperature will naturally lower as we're oh my god, my plants are growing again. The temperature will naturally lower as we're not burning the wood generators so aggressively. Because really, I think it was the wood generators that were causing the huge issues. What do you mean you have no... Oh, that's what you mean you have no power consumers. Of course, because we're deconstructing you. You actually don't need to exist. Yeah, okay, do that. Thank you. And we were going to build a replacement one up here. Yeah. And we're going to have to sort this piping out because this piping is going to get real hot from the rocket exhaust. But I'm going to put like a cooling loop in the area under here to keep all of our rocket equipment cool and then vent it into space with a heat radiator. Right, this ethanol. My plan is to dig this ethanol in such a way that we can put our thingy in here and our oxalite, and it won't off gas. Oh, where's my power plant? Is it 2, 3, 4? My power plant isn't one of these. So one is up here by the rockets. You know what? I want to make it wider. 1. 2 is home. No, home is home. Like H is home. 2. I just did it again. I bet that's how it happened. 2 is my power plant. Okay, perfect. Mighty hydrogen generator. Yup. So we're going to need to come across like this, like this, like this. Deconstruct you, deconstruct you. I'll priority 9 all of this shit because it's important. Okay. And you're red ribboned into reading the right signal from 2, I believe. You're 3, you're 4, you're 4, you're 3, you're 2. Yeah. This will be 2, this will be 2. Perfect. There you go. And then we ran out of a bit more power than we'd like, so we're burning ethanol. You know what though? Hydrogen should probably be at the top of the list. Right? Because the hydrogen is going to back up. But of the hydrogen, in an ideal world, okay, I need to look through these comments, but if you haven't already told me, please, where the fuck is the mercury coming from? Because I'm losing my mind with all this mercury. I don't think it's coming out of the pipes. Okay? It's not coming out of here. I don't think. Right? Or like, is it coming in from here? Do you have mercury? It's polluted water? There's nothing in here, apparently. That's a lie. Nothing in here. Where is the mercury coming from? It's not coming from here because we're not even running this anymore and it doesn't connect to anything. Right? None of this is real. So, I beg of you. Where the fuck is the mercury? I've got to look through the comments like literally right now. But there's so many. I'll be honest, there's a lot of telling me to turn off my transport tubes, but I've explained why I'm not going to do it. Okay, I've read those. That's the bit about the oxalite, but we're going to fix that. Okay, never use gantries. Understood. So I'm still looking. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if it was mentioned. I don't see it at a glance. But I straight up just don't. Why is there mercury down? Hold on. Alright, unlock that door. I've never seen it down here before, so I just don't know where the mercury is coming from. You are priority 9 mobs, okay. It's so weird. Like I would think it wouldn't be able to make its way up here. Right, this water. Is there mercury in here? Is that mercury? No, it's just water in here. I really don't know. But if you know, please tell me. Because I'm losing my mind about the constant mercury that shows up in here. Okay. I mean pipe blocked. Oh, your pipe is blocked. Fair. The pipe is also blocked. Oh, you're not. Should probably be connected. I think I want to oxygenate this room. Probably. But then, actually, to be fair, the gas that comes out of there might be too warm and it might screw everything up again. Okay, these generators are going to take a little bit of damage because in all that kerfuffle there, a bit of oxygen made its way in. That's fine. It is what it is. You're building that out of steel. That's perfect. Okay, you're going to read from 2. You're going to read from 3. So if our petroleum generators can't satisfy demand, maybe the hydrogen should read from 4. You know what? Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Experimentation is the key, right? Then you're going to run from 3. Because we don't, the last thing we need is this hydrogen backing up. So ideally, we want hydrogen to burn first. So it's hydrogen, then we do the petroleum. If the petroleum doesn't work, then we do the ethanol. Then we might do that the other way around. We might run the ethanol, and then if the ethanol doesn't get us there, then we run the petroleum, because that way we can actually stock up some petroleum. Yeah. And then as a last resort, we should have down here, but not quite like that. Oops. Heavy wall joint plate. A bit like that. Deconstruct all these because they're unnecessary. And then we'll have down here our wood burning generators. Okay, a few bits of wrong element damage. That's fine. We knew that was going to be the case. And then we want to put you in here because I want them to be able to... Actually, I'm not even sure I need to put that in here. But maybe, you know what? 2 different power control stations might be able to make enough chips to actually do this. And I need another operator who's really good at operating. Who operates right now? It's Freya, right? Freya operates. Mechatronics engineering. Do I have any other people with a passion for mechatronics engineering? You do. Okay. So Freya loves building and operating. Rowan loves farming, ranching, and operating. Yeah. So you do that first, then you operate. And if you operate, we might be able to get 2 sets of thingies in, which would be wicked. Right, deconstruct just buildings. We're going to get rid of all of that. And frankly, we're going to get rid of this as well. Okay. Yeah, we've got some crazy pipe spaghetti going on right now. I think there's some stuff we could do to fix that. Okay, so you 15, 10, and then 5. 4 is 5. Actually, 4 should be 0, because that, if we have no power, then the wood burning generators should kick on. Okay, that's like actual last resort, but we will need to do that in the next one. But for now, I would like to thank everybody so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed. I'm having a great time. Really, it's the same amount of steel to build a wood burner as it is to build a hydrogen. Okay, whatever. I'll build them out of iron for now, but in an ideal world, we would have them made out of steel, probably. Anyway. Mercury. Anyway, so yeah, for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps out a great deal. I really appreciate it. I love your faces for it. If you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel for more content. Make sure you check the links in the description, ring the notification button. And I'll just do it up to here for now. And I'll see you all in the next one. But just after I add these ribbon readers in, that'll be perfect. Okay. I'll see you all in the next one. See ya!